For your latest news, visit www.naijaxtreme.com.
For advert placement and promotion,
email us at naijaxtreme1@gmail.com.
Follow us on Facebook and Twitter
at Naijaxtreme and Instagram
at Naijaxtreme Fashion.
Don't be the last to find out, cause Naijaxtreme is the bomb. Naijaxtreme.
Naijaxtreme.
Naijaxtreme. Naijaxtreme blog, the most online visited platform that delivers global news,
entertainment,
sports,
unique fashion,
and of course,
gossip.
My sister, you too like Ofofo.
Hey, why I not go like Ofofo?
For your latest news, visit www.naijaxtreme.com.
For advert placement and promotion,
email us at naijaxtreme1@gmail.com.
Follow us on Facebook and Twitter
at Naijaxtreme and Instagram
at Naijaxtreme Fashion.
Don't be the last to find out, cause Naijaxtreme is the bomb.
Are you an entity looking to make more money? Tweak TFX is looking for local agents all over the world to start making money in 3 easy steps. 1. Get approved and set up your payment account. 2. Add reserve or capital amount. 3. Receive alert and start process transfers. Get paid commission every week with your choice of payment method.
If you're looking for me, you know where to find me, yeah. Bitch, I'm in there.
More music from DJ Scott on Naijaxtreme.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's go. Hit it.
Are you looking for the most trusted names in antivirus software, but unwilling to pay the premium? Well, look no further. Welcome to Blue Jade Services. We're here to do everything that we can to provide you with a positive shopping experience. There's no reason to overpay, and we guarantee you won't find a better price anywhere else. As soon as you make your purchase, you can follow the easy instructions to download your software. You'll be able to immediately start enjoying your new antivirus software in less than 30 minutes. No more.
Hi viewers at home, welcome to Naijaxtreme TV. It's us again. I'm your host, Bisola, all the way from Maryland, USA. And here with me is my beautiful co-host,
Jaye.
Hi everyone. It's another Saturday, another time, another beautiful, beautiful time on relationship talk and relationship talk matters on Real Talk on Relationship Matters. Today we're going to be talking about challenges in relationship.
Yeah.
And like we said before, this is not an advice channel. We're not telling you what to do with your relationship. I'm not here to say this is the best thing to do. This is the best thing not to do with your relationship. We're just going to tell you what researchers have found out, what they're doing, what they think is the best way to go. And the ultimate decision is left to you
to decide. Yeah.
So we're going to go right in into our topic for today. Challenges on relationships. Challenges in relationships.
Yeah, as we know, several people have a lot of challenges in their relationship. In fact, mostly everyone, 1 or 2 challenges in your relationship that is best known to you. And the only thing is we know how to resolve our differences different ways.
Yes.
So there's
everybody just moves in different ways. Everybody tries to act in different ways.
Yeah.
And we know that there are going to be challenges in our relationship.
Definitely.
We talked about it last week when we were discussing the kind of women that
to
you need to avoid. Yes, there are women that you should avoid.
Sorry, Bisola, if you missed our last week episode and our previous episode, please do go to our YouTube channel on Naijaxtreme TV.
Yes.
Hit this subscribe button and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We have several, like 16 episodes we treated on relationship matters, different topics. Last week was what kind of men to have. No, previous week was the kind of men to avoid, and
last week was kind of men to avoid, and this we're talking about the challenges. So we understand that yes, there are women that you're supposed to avoid. We know there are men that you're supposed to avoid.
Yeah.
We know there are people that you should keep in your cohort. There are people that you should keep around you. But nonetheless, regardless of how perfect they are, regardless of how beautiful they are, regardless of how high quality they are, there are going to be challenges in your relationship, and that's what we want to talk today. I want to talk about those challenges. Like most interpersonal relationship, most romantic couples experience some challenges at some point in their relationship. Some of these common challenges are what we're going to be talking about. And I'm going to start with the first one that a lot of people deal with and are scared to talk about. They deal with it, they're scared to share with someone, they're scared to seek help, and they just think, you know what, I think I need to figure out a way to do this by myself. And number one is infidelity.
Wow.
Infidelity is increasingly becoming one of the most common relationship problems. And when we talk about infidelity, what do you think we're talking about here? You know, infidelity is not just this person slept with someone else.
It's more than that. It's beyond that.
Social media has made it so easy to cheat. Like, sometimes you don't even have to do it to do it. Like, you're there and someone
you don't even know when you start admiring someone's husband. Oh, look at the six packs.
You need to.
She looks so beautiful. Look at the body. You know, a lot of stuff that we tend to say. We don't even know we are saying it at times.
And
we think it's normal.
God help you. Your partner is right next to you. You're just scrolling through your Instagram feed, and you're just going and you're going and you're going, and you see that nice shirt, that nice guy with all of the six packs and with all of the biceps, and he's like, ooh. And he's like, what
are you doing?
Give me that phone. So there are a lot of things that, you know, draw our attention, a lot of things that take us away from who we're with. And one of the common problem right now
is infidelity.
Infidelity or cheating can have devastating consequences on those involved. Having been cheated on, it can result in anguish. It can result in devastation. It can result in depression. It can even result in fury. People get so angry and they begin to do horrible things to their partners. That's why we see violence on the rise. That's why we see domestic abuse on the rise.
And it's so common, you know?
Because so many things are just making it easy for us to look outside there. Like you just don't know it, and sometimes you don't want to do it, but then it just happens. So how do you deal with this? Because infidelity doesn't necessarily mean I slept with him. Infidelity doesn't necessarily mean he slept with her. Infidelity doesn't necessarily mean saw them together, they were kissing, they were doing this. It could just start from that text message. That girl that slid into his DM and just said, hey, handsome.
You know, like you've been lost.
Yeah.
You lost on another woman or another man. That's also infidelity.
It's infidelity. Even the Bible says it. Like, you just see it, and it's so easy to do that. Like, it's so easy. Your Twitter account is there. Your Facebook account is there. Your Instagram account is there. It's just so easy to get lost in this world. And so when infidelity happens, how do you deal with it?
How do you handle that?
How do you handle it? I would say communicate.
You know, to our viewers, we treated this infidelity as a topic before, like some couple of weeks we treated it as a topic. So if you want to know more about our infidelity topic, go to our YouTube once again, and remember to share this live stream and let others join us. And also at 3 p.m. US time, in the next 15-20 minutes, you can start calling in on the show and bring in your opinion, you know, your advice, what you think that is going on. Just bring it in. We are ready. Bisola, right?
Oh yes, we are.
We take questions. If you have comments, just take everything.
Just call
bring
it in at that time. And yes, back to the topic. How do you deal with infidelity when that happens? Because that is one of the huge challenges that comes up in relationships.
Yeah.
So like I said, communicate. And it's easier for women to forgive infidelity
than men.
And we want our men to know that if it happens, you need to suck it up. Like, now, I'm not saying infidelity is justifiable. I am not saying, oh, you need to accept it. Like, if she cheats on you, then just, accept it and move on. No. Communicate. Know what you want to do. Know what the way forward is.
Bisola, I have a question for our viewers. Why is it so difficult for men to actually forgive and let go like the women we always do? If a man cheats on the wife, definitely the wife can easily say, okay, I forgive you because of my kids. But why is it difficult for the men to also do the same thing?
It's ego.
Drop your comments, guys.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the comments.
And
But
your
for
calls.
me, I think it's an ego thing. I just think it's their ego. And sometimes women feel like, oh, I have to be the support. Like something happens to them, and guess what? If your parents are calling you, they're going, you're the woman. You need
you
to
have to
deal with
endure.
it.
You have to
You know?
take it.
So
You have to forgive him. We tend
it's
to hear
almost like
that
we're
so much.
conditioned. It's almost like women are conditioned to do that, and we don't want. We it's not supposed to be. And if we're conditioned to do that, then men should be conditioned to accept it
also-
as well. Because according to research, female infidelity is 10 to 15% lower than their male counterparts. So men still 15
They are on the
cheats
eye level.
or higher level than a woman, and a woman is still going to accept that from you.
Still apologize,
And-
even when you know they are at fault.
And she will still easily trust you again. So you should be able to do the same. It's respect is reciprocal. And if you know you're not able to accept that, you know you don't want to go ahead with it, you know this is not what I want to do, then discuss it and move on. Rather than going into depression, into fury, beginning to, abuse each other and go to the, extreme length. Because now this challenge is going over, you all need to discuss this and come together.
Okay, let me say one of the challenges I think is fear. Many people are scared of what they will see in the relationship.
I agree with you.
They are scared of how they're gonna run the relationship. In fact, a lot of things, go on in their mind that how am I going to cope in the relationship? Do I know about this man to that extent? What can I really say about this man? They have a lot of things
I'm going
on in
to
their
agree
mind.
with you on that 100%.
Fear
because
is one of it.
the truth is, we're humans, and sometimes some people just love their personal space. It's like, this is me. This is all I am. This is all I have. This is all I'm going to do. This is who I am. And then you're with somebody and it's beginning to change. It's like, honey, I'm expecting your call. You did not call me. Where are you? And it's like, oh, sorry, I didn't know I have to check in with you to do this. Or because when it's a relationship, it's a relationship. We talk about things. You know what I'm doing. I know what you're doing. It's not about stalking you. It's not about being in your business. It's just that mutual understanding, mutual respect. And because a lot of people do not understand that, I'm going into this relationship and I am scared. Like, how am I supposed to handle it? Honey, the truth is nobody knows how to handle anything. Nobody.
Yeah.
Half the time people go into the relationship with a try and error method. It's like, you know what? Let's see what works. So when you go there and you're still scared, the fear can overshadow you. The fear can take over you, and because of that, you begin to, am I doing things right? Am I doing things wrong?
Am I? A lot of people, when the fear comes in, they are scared of, am I a failure?
Yes.
Am I doing it right?
Am I doing it right?
Are we compatible? Am I good enough for this guy or this lady?
Yes, and they begin to doubt themselves because it's like, am I worth it? Like, what did he see in me, or what did she see in me? There's like, I don't. And when you have fears like this, honey, ask him, ask her, talk about it, talk about your fears, be vulnerable with each other. Doing that makes it easier for you to move ahead in the relationship, to overcome that challenge. If both of you refuse to talk about it, both of you refuse to be vulnerable with each other, it's going to be much more difficult to overcome the challenge.
Even more of it, people would think the spouse can abandon them.
Yes.
Like, he can abandon me. What am I missing out? They're scared of being divorced. They're scared of divorce. So because of that, the fear they have so much in their mind, which triggers them to be in fear.
Yes,
and with that knowledge they are taking into the relationship, then things will look like it's not working out for them.
And some people actually go into their new relationship with fear because of their past experiences. So they've had horrible experiences with men. They've had horrible experiences with women. Every time I fall in love with someone, she just takes my heart and she crushes it. Like, she just has a way of taking that huge hammer and just breaking my heart into pieces. And because of that, every time they try to go into new relationship,
the
their
fear
heart
is
is,
there.
it's closed. It's like, you know what? I'm not going to be psychologically involved with
And
this person.
that's
or
why
emotionally
most of
involved
them
with
are
this person.
so aggressive
Yes.
because of what they've been
Been
through.
Some of them have gone
Yeah.
through past experiences that it's a fair. Another thing to talk about the challenges that some people face in their relationship is intimacy. And I know when I say intimacy, the first thing that comes to your mind is sex. But the truth is, intimacy as taking on sexual connotation, but that's not the truth. There are emotional intimacy, there are physical intimacy, which is sex. There is mental intimacy, there is social intimacy, there is spiritual intimacy.
Okay.
And say I'm a very religious girl, or I'm a very religious guy. I go to church, I'm a pastor. Everybody sees me in church, I'm like, pastor this, pastor that. Like, you are a fire for God.
Fire fall from heaven.
You're a very spiritual person. And now you're trying to attach yourself to someone else. It can be scary. Because then you begin to ask yourself, like, what's this person's spiritual level? Like, can this person match me? And I've seen this with
this person up to my
standard when it comes to spirituality. And I've heard a lot of people that, there are pastors, young men of God that like to do things, and then they're trying to get married. Not even married, just get into a relationship. And it's like, I don't want a woman that's going to pull the fire of God away from me.
That will pull me back.
That will pull me back. Like, I am at this level with God. I don't want someone that's going. So spiritual intimacy is one of the things that can be a challenge in relationship. So I'm with you. And because I'm a pastor and I'm there, and I pray every day, and I speak in tongues. Like, my speaking tongues is 24 hours. I can pray in tongues.
And you have
and you don't even know how to speak in tongues.
That's it.
So
That's
it
one of
an
it.
Issue.
That's one of
it.
it.
Can. And that is one of the things that can be a challenge in the relationship. Emotional intimacy. I'm the kind of person that likes to talk. You don't like to talk. You love me. Not that you don't, but it's not your kind of intimacy. You're not at that level of intimacy. How do you make it work? So intimacy can be a serious issue. It can be a serious challenge. And how do you make that work?
How do you amend that?
How do you make that work? I tell people that have listened to me in the past. I tell, people that go on my show and they listen to my show, and I tell them, do your pros and cons. If you're going to be with someone and intimacy is an issue, or intimacy is going to be an issue, be it sexual, be it physical, be it spiritual, be it mental, be it social. If you know it's going to be an issue, do your pros and cons. Like, okay, I'm okay if this person is not emotionally intimate with me, but I'm fine if they're physically intimate with me. So it's left to you. And then you weigh it and you say, what do I got to do? How do I go about it? And if he's willing, or if she's willing to go to therapy with you, let's work in this together. Let's see a specialist together. That's awesome. But if not, remember, it's about you. It's about your relationship.
Let me chip in something. Like some of the challenges in the relationship is commitment. When you can't commit to your relationship, there is this, the Bible says wife should submit to the husband, and husband should love the wife. Okay, why is it that some men, like when the wife is some men, they tend to say the wife is not committed, she's not committed. And why they are saying this is because maybe when a situation arises in the house, with the ego that the man has, usual ego, and the wife tries to chip in something and advise, and maybe because she's not doing it the way our mothers used to do it in olden days, that before the man comes, the food is already on the table. They are even kneeling down and giving him the food. And in this jet age, nothing of such happens anymore. So because the woman is kind of talking and expressing her own part, they expect the lady to keep her mouth shut and not even express. Because that thing, I tend to ask question on that when I see such scenario, that okay, why do men always think the woman should always be quiet, come low every time? They are not made, right? So, and they say the woman is not submissive. So how do they even think the woman should be submissive enough for them to be convinced that she's committed to the marriage?
Now I'm confused because I'm trying to piece it all together. We're talking about
Commitment.
And then we're putting submission
Into it.
So for a woman, a man, so you're saying some men think a woman is not committed to them because she's not submissive?
No, because maybe she talks, she tries
responds.
to respond. So they think that because they are the man, then the woman should keep quiet. The moment she tries to respond, like, no,
there's an
they'll
issue.
say, no, she doesn't, she's not
Submissive,
respective, she's not submissive. Doesn't mean women should go that low like an house help, or they because
for me,
I've seen scenario like that. That's why I'm asking that question.
Of course, I understand. For me, the fact that women don't kneel anymore to give their husbands food and say, honey, yo, your food is here. You know, culture-wise, as Yorubas, you kneel and then you give your husband the food and you respect him, because that's our connotation of respect. Now, that doesn't happen not because we don't want to do it, not because we don't think it's good, but because everybody. Now, in the olden days, our mothers don't work. All they do is stay at home and they do the cooking and the cleaning, and some of them have maids. Like they are cooking, they're cleaning, and they still have maids that help them with that. So you are happy enough to want to kneel for one man because all he does is bring the money and bring the food.
You're happy with it.
Of course, you're happy from within. These days is different. Not that we are not happy, but the man is doing his own hustling. The woman is doing her own hustling. Everybody's hustling together. So when I get home, I am tired as hell, and I need you to give me some food.
And the funniest thing is they might even be coming together from an outing. And still, the man will expect to still,
I don't think. I used to say men of this generation
they don't do that,
though.
if they don't do that, they say she's not submissive, she's not respectful. So our viewers, keep in your comments. We can see some comments coming in, and we'll start reading the comments in the next 6 minutes. So that's kind of. How do you call that?
That is
for you to be committed to your marriage. Doesn't mean you have to still kneel down like the olden days and not even talk when your husband is talking. Not talk over him. I'm not talking of you talking over him now. I'm talking about you trying to express yourself. Do they want you to keep your mouth shut and just?
This is just funny to me.
It's what's happening.
What I think is commitment is a whole different level. Like when you're committed to someone, they can tell that you're committed to them. It depends on how you communicate with them. It depends on how much you let them in your life. It depends on there's so many things that
way you show your love
to them. And what you see as commitment can be different from what I see as commitment.
Definitely.
Like you might not call me in 2 days and I still think you're committed to me. And you might call me in 2 days and not call me in 2 minutes and I think you're not committed to me. So there are different ways that we can explain commitment. There are different ways that we can show commitment. But our African parents, it's a lot. And I don't have anything against them, but another thing before we start reading comments that can cause challenge in a relationship is conflict. And it's interesting because conflict is inevitable. You're going to fight. Something is going to happen. Someone is going to say something to someone, and somebody's going to get angry. So how do you deal with conflict? Conflict there's nothing you can do. You cannot avoid it. It's unavoidable.
Yeah.
Conflict is going to happen. It's a part of an interpersonal relationship. It has to happen. And it occurs as a result of differences. We have difference of opinion, just like you said. So if my husband expects that I kneel down and I give him food, and I don't think that's necessary, then that's going to cause conflict.
Definitely. You say you're not submissive.
I cannot believe I married a woman that cannot kneel down for me. She's so proud. She's so this.
She's full of herself.
She's full of herself. Conflict, difference of opinion, difference of values. Your husband says, "Oh, I like to go to the club. Let's go to the club." And you're like, Jesus Christ of Nazareth. No way, And it's like, what's wrong with you? Like, calm down.
Are you in your right mind?
I want us to go to the club together. And this is not just in marriages. This happens in relationships. Like, you're dating somebody and he wants you to go out to the club every now and then, to the bar every now and then. You're thinking, I'm not a bar kind of girl. I'm not a bar kind of guy. I don't like to go to the bar. I like to sit and watch TV. Sit and watch TV with me. So difference of values can cause conflict. Difference in dreams and desires can cause conflict. So we don't have the same dream. I want to be a medical doctor. you want to be
An
anything.
accountant, something.
You know, sometimes that's even career. Dreams is, let me see, I want to move abroad. You don't want to move abroad. You want to stay where you
You want
are.
to stay, yeah, because you're making money
Because
in
you're
your
making money
country.
in your
You don't want to
country.
move to a different country, and your partner actually want to
Move to a different. So, your fiance is saying, I want to move. And
I don't want to have my kids in this
I don't
country.
want to have my kids in
And
this
you
country.
like, I don't want to go to other countries and
care.
start working
I don't
mere
wanna
jobs,
start
all over
Because
again.
I've already made a career for myself. I've already gotten to this point in my life. And I don't think I want to do this anymore. So differences of dreams, differences of values, differences of desires, perception, how I see things, and
It
how you see
matters.
things. And that's why people fight a lot. Like, we can be watching football and have different perspective about what's going on.
Definitely.
Or we can see a movie. It's so interesting. It's so interesting to me that
the way we interpret things is
Our
different.
perception can be so different. Like, we can fight over a movie that we just saw together, and it's like, no, that's not what she's talking about. Can we rewind and see what they're really talking about? Like,
Let's move on because we'll start reading
so
comments now.
interesting.
One other thing is comparison. When you compare your spouse with someone else, that's one of the challenges in the marriage. Okay, now I see this couple, I like what they're doing, I like how the couple is, and I try to match up
person with my
and I try to copy. I will use the word copy. I try to be like them, which I do not know what they go through behind the scene. You know, you try to compare your spouse.
That
And like,
has ruined a lot of relationships.
can't you see Sandra and her husband when they move, they kiss each other? Can't you see the way they hug on the street? Can't you see the way they present themselves? Why can't you be like that? Those are kind of challenges people see in their marriages.
To add to that, you know, you see all the proposals going on social media and everything. I've been with you for 2 years. Oh, 2 years is a long time. I've been with you for a year. Like, when are you going to get on your knees and propose to me? See Sandra, send her and her boyfriend are engaged. Sandra is engaged. She got a diamond ring. Oh, this person is really. This person, did you see her Valentine's gift? Did you see his Valentine's gift?
What did you get
bought
from me?
him a car.
You only got me a perfume. You are not contented with what you have.
Comparison
has
killed a lot of relationships.
Yeah.
Comparison has killed a lot of relationships because the truth is, that person is probably struggling. That person probably bought their gift by themselves.
That's it.
That's it. And then you're thinking to yourself, oh my God, my fiance isn't buying me stuff, my boyfriend isn't getting me all the things that I need in the world. It's just amazing the kind of things that we do.
Let's read people's comment Bisola. Whoever said communication is a major issue, most especially when one of the party is cheating on or keeping secret. Let me try. Or keeping secret.
Okay, so
it still bounds on communication.
So and communication on its own is one huge. It's a huge challenge in most relationships. People don't know how to communicate. We did a whole episode on communication. Just like she said, go on our YouTube channel and try to see what it, because it's a huge issue in relationships and people need to work on it. Nana Asamoah said, I really love my girlfriend and I'm not in the same country with her.
That's distance. We've talked about that too.
Huge challenge.
How to handle distance in relationship, as in
it's a huge.
When you are in distance relationship, is a challenge.
It is
because
and the thing about distance relationship is you need to have clear plans. Clear plans. Know when you're going to see each other. Have dates and anticipate those days, because there is so much stress that comes from distance relationship. There's so much emotional drain that comes from distance relationships, and if you're not able to have a clear plan
and when you are not
work on
when
that
you don't
plan,
trust your partner and you are in distance relationship, that's a very big problem too.
Distance relationship can leads to depression on its own. Like, there are people that have gotten depressed just because they were in a distance relationship, and it's like, I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what she's doing. And you can't control someone that you don't see.
You don't even know what they're going through.
You don't.
You don't know if they're in good situation or not.
You don't know how to comfort them. You don't know what to say to them. You can really love them and maybe trust them, but it's hard if you don't have a clear plan in place. One huge thing that a lot of people have forgotten to find out, that have forgotten to look out for in this relationship is clear plan. Like, and the funny thing is, plan changes.
Yeah.
But always have that end. Oh, we're going to see. We see once a year. Oh, we see twice a year. Oh, we see 3 times a year. And every time we see 3 times a year, we're together for 2 months or we're together for 3 months. Have a clear plan in place. That can help you. That can, help alleviate the challenge of distance. I want to talk more on communication as a challenge in relationships. A good, healthy romantic relationship is often characterized by good communication. Healthy couples speak openly and directly with congruent nonverbal cues. And what that means basically is, I am saying I love you, and my old body is saying I love you. I am not saying I love you. And my non-verbals is totally different. And that's why communication can be difficult. Communication can be difficult over the phone. Communication can be difficult over text. Communication is better in person because then you can put your non-verbals and your verbals together. The communication on its own is a huge challenge. Why do you say sorry like that?
Lack of communication is even never the best.
You heard what I said? How can you say sorry like that? Sorry is supposed to be a good word, right? It's supposed to be apologetic. But just
because he or she didn't put it in a certain way you want.
And probably your non-verbals were not in congruence with her verbals. So she said, sorry. And it's like, how would you say sorry like that? Or, oh, you did this to me. I don't like that. I am angry at you. I am this. Okay.
I'm sorry.
Sorry. It's like, really? You're not even apologetic. I am apologetic.
Your body signs.
Your body language and everything is like, you know what?
You're really sorry.
Whatever is wrong with you, problem, deal with it. So communication can be a huge, huge problem.
And tolerance too.
Yes.
If you don't have the spirit of tolerance, to tolerate your spouse, your partner in your relationship, that's a very big problem too. But tolerance doesn't mean you should act foolish. When you have the tolerance spirit, doesn't mean you should be slow or never take everything serious. Because like in olden days, when you have tolerance, they will call you mumu. But in these days, in this kind of era we have, does anyone even want to have tolerance anymore? So
the people are no longer. It's because the world is going too fast. Everything is too fast. We want fast food. We go to Starbucks. We want fast coffee. We go to the restaurant. We want our food made immediately. I want some Popeyes. It's done in 2 minutes. I want some McDonald's. It's already made. Like everything is already made. So when I'm asking you something as my man, I want you to do it instantly. When you're asking me something as my, as your woman, you want me to do it immediately. So nobody is tolerant of it. You're not patient enough to hear what I'm saying. So even while I'm saying things, you are just picking to fight me.
You're not ready.
You're not. Because we're no longer tolerant. We just don't have the patience anymore. We don't. And because we refuse to be patient with each other, we've refused to be long-suffering, divorce is on the rate. I just can't take it anymore. I don't love him anymore. I don't love her anymore. Can you work on it? Can both of you come together and do something about it? Can you talk to someone first? Can you see a professional first? Or you decide to say, you know what, you're done? Because a lot of people aren't patient anymore. A lot of people are not, they just can't take it anymore. They're not tolerant anymore. People walk away from their relationships. And that's why it's a huge problem. A huge, huge problem in relationships. So tolerance, it's all in your hands. How much patience are you willing to work on? If tolerance becomes an issue in your marriage, nobody tolerates anybody anymore. And I don't like the word tolerate anyway. I don't, because we're not supposed to tolerate each other. We're supposed to work together. We're supposed to thrive with each
I
other.
think you should be able to tolerate your spouse. Yeah, because they are coming with different character from their family. Their background is quite different from yours, so you have to tolerate whatever
You know
they
why?
bring
You know why I don't say
before they
tolerate?
can amend to what the both of you actually wanted.
Yeah, you know why I don't like the
I
word
agree.
tolerate? Is because when I tolerate you, it means I'm not accepting you. I'm just, you know what, do whatever you want to do. But if someone is coming with their baggage and you're accepting them, it means you're willing to work on it with them. So if you're coming to me and I know you have all of these issues with you,
With you.
rather than tolerating them and letting you deal with them on your own, because I'm just tolerating them and I'm not letting them I'm not getting
Resolved.
involved with you, I will accept them and resolve them with you
You do.
because you're my partner. We're supposed to work together. So that's why I don't like the word tolerate as much. But there are people that tolerate.
What
in their
about
relationships.
equality? Because some lady thinks it has to be 50-50. Everything has to be equal. You are my man, I'm your woman. We are one as the body of Christ. Husband and wife, you have become one. So everything should be equal, 50-50. So someone should not be over there and the other one below, and you giving command and thinking you're talking with house help. So in that situation, what do you think? Because a lot of people nowadays, they love equality. They love everything to be equal.
I understand.
Nobody wants to go below for say because he's a man, he has to put his ego on me and give me command. I can't take such anymore.
I'm picky with my words. Like I'm choosy. I understand how men are fighting equality these days. Oh, I'm equal to my man. I'm beside him
He's
and all
making
of that.
money. I'm making money. I'm helping.
So I go to work.
I
You go to work.
to yeah.
We do all of that. But for me, I think it's more partnership. If you understand that we're partners, then I don't have to say I'm equal to you. We can be partners and still do things differently. We can be partners and have different lives. I have a job, you have a job, you make more than me, but we're still partners and we have one end goal in mind. Because of that, yeah, you will see me as your equal because I'm your partner.
Definitely.
So rather than saying, oh, I want equality. Why not just put it to him or put it to hers? You know what? I'm not going to be buying you Valentine gifts alone and you not get me anything. There are women that all they do is receive and
they don't give in return.
They never give anything in return. So the guy is probably going to call you and put you down and say, honey,
what's going on? What are you doing with your money?
Aside from that, you work, I work. I'm not going to be the only one buying your plane tickets every time you want to come visit me. Honey, I'm not the only one going to keep doing this. This is a partnership. So I want you to know that if you're coming to visit me, it's because you love me and I'm your partner and we're one. Now, I'm not saying I'm not going to pay your flight ticket. I'm not saying I'm not going to do it.
I can just support you, right?
Don't think it's my responsibility
to always do that.
Because we are partners. So partnership rather than, oh, we're equal. It has to be done 50-50. It has to be done this. It has to be done that way. So, that can be a problem in a relationship. So both of you have to, again, communicate. So you don't get miscommunicated. You don't get misinterpreted. You're saying something to him and it's like, oh, this is what you're saying. Now you're having friends.
Everything still bounce back on communication.
It does. But another challenge that can be in relationship, we're taking calls now. And we're reading messages. If you have any message for us, if you have any comments, we're looking forward to it. If you have any call, we're looking forward to it. Call us and let us know what your thoughts are, what your opinion is. What do you think can be the challenge? What challenges have you gone through in your relationship? The WhatsApp number to call is on the screen. You can see it. Call us and let us know what your thoughts are. We want to know the ones that you've gone through and now you've taken care of them, how you resolved them, so that our viewers as well can learn something from
that. So
another thing that people go through, people have issues with in their relationship, is sexual problems. Now, you see how I take that out of intimacy? Sexual problems.
That's a big one.
It is. And people don't talk too much about it.
Nobody wants
Nobody
to
wants
bring
to
out their dirty
dirty
linen
laundry.
outside.
No, nobody wants to do that. But you know what they do? They gossip with your friends. Oh, it's this. Oh, she's this. And it's that.
It's good.
And
It's not good.
It's not good. It's this. It's
It's
that.
that.
It's small. It's big. And we talk to our friends about it, and they talk to their friends
Friends
about
about
it,
it.
rather than actually seeking the help
Help.
they need. Sexual problem can be a serious issue, ranging from is big to is small, to she's wide, she's small, or she wants it too much, she wants it too less. I want it every day.
If you want it more than once,
So yes, sexual intimacy.
it's like you're something else.
It's the truth. It really is. It is. Sexual intimacy is a serious, serious issue in relationships. And in the early stages of the relationship, it's common for couples to experience intense feeling of love. So, affection and a strong desire for one another. So at the beginning of a relationship, people don't have issues like this. When we just started dating,
It's always so sweet.
yes, every day, every time
Perfect.
you want
The man
it.
is perfect. The man is good.
Yes, it's so good. He knows what he's
You never
doing.
see any mistakes at that
You
time.
don't.
But
It's
as
called-
time goes,
It's called a symbiosis stage. Like everything is just so perfect. I'm not seeing your differences. I'm not seeing anything.
anything,
It's the first stage of relationship.
not seeing anything wrong.
No. Excuse me. Everything is perfect. So at this stage, I love you so much. I am intimate with you. So every time you touch me like this, I'm ready. Every time she just shakes my
Just
bum
a
bum,
sign, you
everything
understand.
you're on point. But then as the relationship grows, external factors, such as other things. Sometimes couples have children for each other. Children, work,
Pile together.
come together, taking care of the home. We have a house together now. We live together. We probably
We
might
do
not
things in
marry.
common.
We do things. We begin to do. It becomes routine. And then what happens? Frustration begins to set in. I'm frustrated at you. I'm angry at you. So when you try to touch me, I'm not interested because I am angry. I probably have resentment because I'm not talking to you, because I'm not doing this.
We have a caller. Hello, good afternoon. Who do we have on the show today?
My name is Odunayo.
Hi, Odunayo. How are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good.
Thank
How
you.
are you?
Very
All right,
good.
thank you.
Yeah, I tried to connect, but maybe I don't know what happened. I
Okay.
couldn't watch you on live. Okay, I decided, okay, let me call in
Okay.
and know what's happening today. What's the discussion today?
Oh, challenges in relationships, and we've been talking about the kind of challenge people get in their relationship, as fear is one of it, and conflict is one of it, and a lot of stuff like sexual problem is
Yeah,
one
sexual.
of
We're
it.
talking about sexual problem right now. We're talking
And
about communication.
we also ask our viewers a question that why is it that the men always, see the wife like when because of the ego that they have, and they tends to when the wife talks when they talk and the wife is trying to talk and they see it like disrespectful, like the woman is just disrespectful, do they expect the woman to keep short and act like our olden days mothers that they tend to endure everything? And this jet age we are now, no lady actually want to endure or kind of come that low like a slave low anymore. So, and we also talk about equality, like when the women always expect the man to everything to be 50-50, like we are equal, I'm your spouse, I'm your wife, so it has to be equal.
Okay, let me start from the debt stuff.
Okay.
That word, the debt age, that is getting everybody to destruction and failure. Debt age, debt that will crash, debt crashes. So that's the debt thing that has taken over the mentality of everybody. This old school thing that people used to say in those days, that's our mama age. It works then. That's why marriages are no longer working. A lot of values has been dumped by both parties. I would say that they are both parties.
Okay.
So yeah, let me come to the secondly the issue of equality.
Just Loba, before you go
Not just
to
Loba, Odunayo.
Odunayo, sorry. Before you go to the second topic, you said the old jet age is the reason why things are going wrong. But do you know that before, which I totally understand, but you know that before now, women don't used to work. Like our mothers they didn't have a job of theirs. Whatever they do for their husband. The man was the head of the family. He went out and he did everything. Women basically don't have lives. They don't have lives, but home. Now,
okay,
can we go back to that? Like, can our men choose to decide to be taking every responsibility?
Let me dissect that to you.
Okay, dissect it.
Yeah, the jet age.
Mm-hmm.
I am not in support of men having the mentality of enslaving a woman.
Okay. Because that was what our fathers did.
No, our fathers, it's not enslavery. They didn't enslave our
with their 20 wives and their 24 wives.
let me explain that. In those days, our mothers so much respect their husband, so much that in fact, some call their husbands Lord. Do you understand? And it's not as if it just these days that we are now misinterpreting it, the manhood supremacy to be slavery. No. Even God, when God established marriage, God expects the woman to be submissive to their husband. Yeah, that's how God designed it. Okay? So
okay.
When you treat your man like a king, definitely he's gonna treat you like a queen. Okay?
Okay.
No where in the whole wide world that a normal man will not behave like a man.
The ego.
Don't call it ego. We call it manhood. You should acknowledge the manhood.
So you have a different name for ego, because I see that as ego.
Ego can be in anybody. It's not restricted to man. So don't restrict it to man. Don't say it is ego.
Okay.
And in fact, as a woman, when your husband is angry or probably is on top of his voice, that is not the right time for you to be angry.
That is exactly what I asked our viewers. That why do they always expect the lady to keep short, like our mothers did their own time?
But you do know that the man too should be able to keep quiet when the woman is raising her voice. Since
I just take a walk, take a chill pill,
so that they don't get into conflict.
No, let me say, I just said it that whenever your husband is hot,
okay,
it's not the best time for you, wife, that you want to drive home your point. You want to be angry at this time. No, two wrongs cannot make a right.
I understand you, Odunayo. I am saying that, which it's understandable. What happens if it's the other way around and the woman is the one raising her voice? Are we saying that the man should, be the man and continue to raise his voice, or keep quiet as well? Because two wrongs can also not make it right.
I'm not saying that. If it is the turn of the woman to get angry, as a man, as a responsible man, you have to be patient with her. It's not the right time to act say you want to be the man. Okay? So when the Bible says you are to know her, hot now. I have to let her calm down. But what I'm saying is, in effect, you as a woman is expected to be submissive to your husband. There's no equality.
Okay, what are definitions of submissive, please, Odunayo? Can you tell us the example of what you meant by submission?
Thank you. The example of what I meant is by being submissive is that don't have in your head that you want to maintain the same level with your husband, that you are equal, something like 50-50 when it comes to authority or whatever. No, it can't work. It can't. Even Even God didn't design it like that. Give him that head. Treat you like a king. You are the king. He will treat you like a queen.
Okay.
Don't raise your hand that it's 50-50. We are both the owner of the house. No, it won't work. There's cost for every good thing of life. Every two good things of life you achieve, good marriage, there's a cost for it. You want to maintain good marriage, good relationship.
Okay, Odunayo, we have a message on someone need advice. Nana Asamoah Ernest, he said, and when if my girlfriend miss because he's in a distance relationship, so he has stated it in his first comment over here that okay, now if he's missing his girlfriend and the girlfriend is also missing him, what should they do? Because they are not in the same country, like distance relationship. So what should he do in that aspect? That's what he's trying to ask now.
Well, it depends. See, it is more of individualistic, but there's limits to. Don't get me wrong, but there's limits to endurance.
Okay.
There's limits to human endurance, especially when it comes to distant relationship. But we are all human. But if there's a way the wife could visit the guy wherever he lives, he has a visa to visit or whatever, it will help their relationship.
Okay.
Okay?
But what if they do not have?
Naturally, don't keep a lady for a very, very long time. Okay? It now depends on the lady if she can wait. Very risky.
She can wait.
It's very risky. But if she can wait, they both agree that no matter what we say, we're going to wait for each other. Why? People wait for each other and they end up getting married. But at the same time, the lady can say, I cannot wait till this guy wait the other side. Maybe he don't carry. You will not know. You understand? So it's all about knowing who you are going out with and determination of you know what you want to achieve out of relationship you are in.
Mm-hmm.
So you
That's true. Yeah.
That's true.
Thanks, Odunayo.
Thank you so much for calling in today, Odunayo. We appreciate you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Bye. Someone said here, just Loba says, not all men, but when it gets to immorality, most men cannot stand
Not
it.
all men what? In what case is he talking about when he says not all men?
Okay.
Not all men what?
He just said not all men. We have a caller too. We have two callers. Okay. Hello. Good afternoon. Who is on the line, please? Hello. Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah. Hello, Dr. Emmanuel.
Okay.
Hello, can we know who's on the show?
Said Emmanuel.
Oh, hi, Emmanuel. Thank you for joining us today. Where are you calling from?
Nigeria.
Okay.
Hi, thank you for joining us, Emmanuel. What can you say about the challenges on the show today? What are these challenges that people go through in their relationships? And how do you think they can overcome it? How have you overcome yours in the past?
Hello? Hello? Okay, yeah. Okay, we are listening.
All right. I've been listening to the man that just hanged up now.
Okay.
I hope he's listening. I want to correct some things.
Okay. The network is bad. We can't hear you. Maybe it's the calls, because calls keep coming in. Okay.
Can you call back?
Can you call back? We can't hear you properly. Maybe it's the network from your side. Yeah, call back now.
All right.
And many people are trying to call at the same time. We have one other caller trying to call. 5 missed calls already. Okay. He's calling back. Okay.
Thank you for joining us again, Emmanuel.
Yeah, is it better now?
Yeah,
it is.
it's better.
Right.
Oh. Whew.
The network is refusing to let Emmanuel speak to us today, and I really want to hear what his points are. I know, right? I really was looking forward to his points. Okay.
We have another caller. Hello, good afternoon.
Hey, good afternoon. What's going on?
Yeah,
We're
good.
doing all right. Who do we have on the show today, please?
You have Mr. Lawrence on the show today.
Hi, Mr. Lawrence. Thank you for joining us. What do you think are the challenges for people in the relationships, what they're going through and how they can overcome it?
Yeah, I'm sure you guys may not have talked about it, but I'm very sure that apology is a great challenge.
Okay.
There are bound to be issues in a relationship. So the need to protect your relationship, the strength of your relationship, to know the limits one can go. And some unknowingly, you understand. But when it happens, an apology, it goes a long way.
Yes.
If somebody is complaining about something, I think he or she deserves an explanation. Probably you're complaining that your wife is not doing this, is not doing that. She needs to make some explanation. And if she's not changing, she needs to change it to apology. She needs to, I don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
Yes, sir.
A little word, I'm sorry, it won't happen again. I'm sorry, it was a mistake. I think it will solve a lot of negative languages used in a relationship. That is the challenge. Because those things, those challenges can break a relationship.
Yes, it can.
Apology. Some will find out that most cases, some women find it difficult to say, I'm sorry.
Yes, and men too. So many men find it
It's
difficult.
vice versa too.
Men in nature, because in nature, generally, we're talking in nature.
What nature?
Are we saying it's excusable? I don't think it's nature. I feel like it's what
It's
we've taught
ego.
them. It's ego.
Still a submissive matter.
That the husband do not count them worthy, do not count their contribution worthy. But if it's submit, what it means is listen first.
So your definition of submission is listen first, right?
You have to listen to your spouse.
So the woman cannot have she cannot have a mind of her own. She cannot have thoughts of her own. And
You have to understand the question to give the right answer. That's why I said this is submit. It doesn't mean that that's overrules the woman's opinion. No. It's only saying submit. For example, you are married to a man. Of course, he's superior to you.
superior?
It doesn't, it's superior. In nature, it's superior to you. That's what we're saying, literally. You don't get married to somebody you can't beat down.
You haven't seen a woman beating men.
Oh, now we're talking about physical superiority. Come on.
You can't beat a woman or let alone his wife. So what we're saying, back to the issue is submission. If there's submission in a relationship, if a woman submits to a man, a reasonable man will reciprocate. He will also call the wife, anything he wants to do, this is what I want to do, what do you think of? But when there is stubbornness, when there is lack of apology in a relationship, people live and they turn their back on each other because some people share the fault, right? You can't have to put that things in a trip.
That's true.
So that's why apology is an issue. It's a very, very serious challenge in a relationship.
It is.
Yeah, it is though.
You don't know it's a mistake, and it tells you you don't think it's bad. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know. That's all. But some men or women want to say, this is it. That is That is that. Just be simple and sorry and end it all.
All right, Mr. Lawrence, thanks for your contribution. We have to, the show has to stop. It's 1 hour show. So, really appreciate your contribution.
Thank you for
today.
calling in today. We appreciate it. Thank you so much, Mr. Lawrence. Have a good
And
one.
for our viewers, join us same time next week at 2:30 US time. So, and remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Facebook and hit the notification button, to get the notification each time we are live on Relationship Matters.
Yes, it's been an awesome time on the show today, isn't it, Jai? It's been so much fun. Thank you for our callers. Thank you for calling. We're
And
sorry,
those people trying to call us also, Emmanuel and one other person trying to call.
Apologize.
Please,
The network has been crazy. We don't know what happened. But thank you
week.
for joining us. We look forward to seeing you next week. And it's going to be another interesting show.
Yeah.
Thank you and have a good one. Bye.
Bye. Aww.
Are you looking for the most trusted names in antivirus software but unwilling to pay the premium? Well, look no further. Welcome to Blue Jade Services. We're here to do everything that we can